Maybe you think the algorithm is the gatekeeper, but it's not. Your visibility is. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I'm a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. Can you believe it? 40. Wow, that's just amazing to me sometimes too. I've had the wonderful privilege over the course of the nearly 40 years now that I've been in marketing to work with everything from brand new startup companies to multi-billionaires, doctors, lawyers, nurses, business people, moms who are writing books for their kids, like you said, brand new startup companies, stay-at-home moms, you name it, we have worked with them. It's been our honor and privilege to have a 100% success making people bestsellers. But as I say very clearly in my book, bestseller is only the beginning. Bestseller is a day one launch strategy. And what I want to do today is I want to literally just show you, and I didn't pre-plan this. Sometimes I go through and I look at our rankings and stuff like that to see who and what I should show you. I'm just literally going to, take a peek right live with you today, check up on some of our authors and see how they are doing today. We've got a lot of really cool promotions that are running, and some of these folks have been, all the way up to number one. Some of them have, like Dawn's book, for example. I mean, when we started working on it, it was in the 9,000s. Now, the whole intention of what we were doing was never to push that particular specific book to number one. What instead we wanted to do was, really promote that book. How do I say this the right way? Really put that book into the hands of children. That was what Dawn's desire was for it. And we have that program as well. Ultimately, we want to help you make your dreams come true. I'm finding a book here, and I'm just kind of killing time for a second because I really specifically want to show you, this one particular book. If I can find it really quick, I won't waste a whole lot of time. If I can't find it real quick, I'll just share my screen and we'll move on. But I'm hoping that I can find this book because it is such an amazingly great example of just exactly what is possible. And I want to help spark your imagination. Hey, Zam, and Davina or Devin, I guess it's Devin and Carrie, one of the two or both of you are here with me. Tamil is here. Glad to have you all here with us today. We're so grateful to have you here. And we really love spending time with you here together, lives every day. Okay, I've got the book up. I'm going to share my screen. And try not to be too distracted by people who, anyway, some of the comments are fun, some of them are hilarious, and some of them I don't really totally understand, and I probably shouldn't read them while I'm trying to go live here with you. Okay, I want to share my screen here. Okay. I have to think this through every single time. You'd think by now I would know how to do it better. Okay, so I want to share with you this book, Experience Twilight. And the reason why I want to, it's by my ex-wife. She's the one that wrote it. Her and my daughter, Jessica, went on a mother-daughter trip for Jessica's 18th birthday. It was a few years ago, back in like 20, what would that have been? 2007, 2008, somewhere in that time frame. And they blogged about this trip, and then I helped them turn this into a book. At one point, this book was the number one best-selling movie-related travel guide on Amazon. And that was back in the days when you had to, it was only available in print, first off. And secondarily, you had to use CreateSpace to get your book printed. Now you can see that as far as statistics go, this book is, 400, 1400, 1500, that kind of range. But I'm going to show you something really interesting here, and I never show you the back end of my my KDP, but I want to show it to you this time. And all that scrolling, let's try to go here. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, okay, never mind. We're not going to be able to show you the back end of my KDP. That's just going to be too much work today because I got to log in and all that stuff. So sorry about that. But what I was going to point out to you is this book sells, and I'm talking like 1 to 5 sales a month. This is almost 20 years later. I have done literally no promotion on this book in the other than Thanksgiving time every single year. Other than that, once a year, we do the free day holiday promotion for it. And beyond that, don't do anything with it. And the book still sells because of how much visibility it got. And that's what visibility will do for you. It takes a while. You got to do the marketing in order to be able to get there. But once you do, then you can really see some really great things. So let's check in on a few of our newer clients. Miosha, her book you can see right now. It's number 2, number 4, and number 9. I'm going to literally, because that might have been a couple of days ago, I'm going to literally redo it, and yeah, you can see, we marketed it last week. The rankings are going to go down, but it's still a bestseller in 2 categories. Same thing would be true with Philip's book, which has another marketing promotion, another group of reviews that are going to be starting to drop. In fact, if you came down here, let me refresh the page first. You can see that it was bestseller in 3 categories. But if we come after we refresh it, you can see that it still is the bestseller, a little lower, but still a bestseller in those 3 categories. But if you come down and you start looking, you're beginning to see, just as of yesterday, the first review came through. Met you exactly where you were. Reflections are short but meaningful. Great book. And those are the kind of things that you want people saying about your book. And we have a process in place, not to buy reviews for you, but to do all of the process of finding the people who will read your book, following up with them to see that they did read your book, and then further following up with them to say, hey, if you liked the book, how about you put, a review on Amazon on your account about the book. Seems like a good idea, right? This book, oh my gosh, I wish that I had that video that I could show to you. Go to Willie J's Instagram. You can see him opening his new book, Never Stop Winning 2.0. The cover of this book in person, because you can see him taking it out of the box, looks so good. Oh my gosh, I just totally love it. You would really honestly think that the metal that's part of the cover was actually separate and not actually even part of the cover. It is one of my favorite covers we've ever helped to design for a person. Let's reload the page. Willie's got an amazingly cool promotion that's going to be happening this week. You can get Never Stop Winning 2.0 for 99 cents all week long, kind of a Christmas present to you. And for those of you who are interested, if you want to add your book to the lists of books that we promote, there's a couple of things to do for it, but just shoot me a DM or, put the word AMPLIFY in the comments. And we can absolutely talk about the kind of things. And you can see that Willie's book is still a bestseller in 1 ranking, and that he also is starting to get some really good reviews that are coming through. And there's more exciting things happening. In fact, I may even refresh that page for you in a day or two, because we've got a new marketing thing that starts tomorrow morning, basically. And just on top of that, spoiler alert, Willie has a brand new single that's coming out on Christmas Day. So watch out for that, and we'll be sharing that live on Christmas and telling you how you can get that. And then, of course, my book, Only the Beginning, which also is available for you to be able to get in an ebook form for just 99 cents. Kind of a give back that I'm giving to y'all, just for being part of my community. And again, like you said, if you want to get your book on the list, I've got a whole long list of books that we're going to be promoting on Christmas Day. And this is different than the free day promotions we usually do. This will actually just be, here's the ebook, and this is the price that it's listed at, kind of thing. But let's do a reload. You can see that it went from 48 to now 49 reviews, getting really, really great reviews. In fact, I'm going to scroll down here and just take a peek at some of the reviews that we've seen. Tells it like it is and doesn't sugarcoat the truth. If you're wondering why your book this book explains it. Really, really, just I love going through and reading the books. Reading the reviews. Of course, it's my book, and so it makes me feel really great about it. You can see that I went live with Amy and Jamie Honey. I'm actually going to do a follow-up interview with them because this is the 2.0 version. That one's actually back in the 1.0 version of the book. But you can see the book is a bestseller in one category. Technically, 100 would be a bestseller. And again, I've got another promotion that's starting this week for that. So we'll probably do a check-in here on maybe even on Christmas Day. If not Christmas Day, maybe the day after, to just really talk about it. I want to bring up Dawn's book again, because Dawn's book, You Are a Dream Come True, her desire for that book was to get it in the hands of children. And I was just looking at the big publicity that included with it a press release that went out to, don't quote me on this, it was either 150 or 200. Well, it was more than that. It was 45,000 places that it went to. But I got a top 150, 100, 200 list, whatever, of the top places. And it included some amazing places that are, publicly in their magazine, newspaper, television, radio stations, are talking about this book. But even more importantly is we're sharing with that. The book got, added into the library at Atrium Children's Hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for Dawn, even more so than the rankings, which did, at one point, it's down to 5,000 now, but at one point this was up as high as 1,000. When we started into this, it was like at about 9,000. Lindsay, thank you. I appreciate you being here with us. I love doing the streams for you guys. Let's look at another great book, John Bowerman. This book is so much fun. Not only is it fun, it's funny, very comical. And again, John is promoting his book all through this week. Another book that you can get the ebook for just 99 cents. And you can see even in that refresh that it went from 7 to 12 reviews. Because again, we're not going to, thank you for subscribing and liking. I really appreciate that. Absolutely. Do subscribe and like if you like what I'm doing here. I really appreciate that. And John's book is another book. And again, if you want your book to be on the list of things, we would absolutely love to promote you. And then lastly, let's just do a check-in on Justice for Ma'at. Really great story about a father fighting, against the legal system that was trying to literally take his daughter away from him. Really horrible story, but really, really great outcome. And you can see again, that one's at 13 reviews right now. And it's still a bestseller in one category, the children and family category, which of course is the most important one for that particular book. You see, here's the thing. You need to be visible in order to be valuable. The algorithm doesn't it doesn't really control you. I know it feels that way sometimes. It totally does for me too. I get it. But it isn't really intending to control you. But what it does is it wants to show the world these are the books that are really showing up right now. It wants it to be current and up to date. And it rewards consistency. And that's what gives you the authority. And your authority is always going to beat all the hacks. Yeah, there are places, they're technically illegal, that you can quote unquote buy reviews. Okay, I don't suggest doing them because your book could be banned. I am not selling reviews. I'm selling us as a service, helping you find people that are willing to read your book, and if they like it, willing to give you a review. Now, we've honed the process to the point where we will do that enough that we will guarantee you how many reviews you're going to get. Okay, and so it isn't about buying the reviews. It really is about us acquiring new people into your atmosphere. And we've got other advertising programs like that. We've got like what Dawn's using, where you can get your book placed in schools, in coffee shops, all kinds of things like that can really make a difference in the world. It depends on what your intentions, what your desires for your book is. And then, I've been a marketing company for 40 years, been in book space for nearly 20 now. And we bring all that we put together, all the resources, my whole entire, if you will, digital Rolodex of all of my people to bring to you the things that really make a difference. Because ultimately, somebody getting your book is going to totally outperform a post big time. Oh, huge. Because if you think about it, okay, let's compare apples to apples. People reading your post, so not just that you posted it. And we know these days with the algorithms on social media, it's hit or miss whether people are going to see your post. But again, I want to talk about people that are reading your post. So somebody comes in and they read your post. And I'm talking about an engaged person who reads your post and likes or comments your post. Okay, so I'm talking about somebody who legit was in on your post. Okay, now compare that to somebody who got your book and read your book. Okay, now your book may be a short read. It may be a 25 or 30 page book, which is fine, sometimes even better. And maybe they could read it all in that one time. Again, they're reading like 20 or 30 pages of information you're giving them. You're building a relationship with them. That's so much more than, 200, 800 words in a post. Most cases, in the case of most books, it's going to take them a couple of times coming back to your book to read through the whole entire thing. That means that you're engaging with them. Additionally, when a post, besides the fact that they tend to kind of disappear, once the post has been liked or commented on, it is buried underneath of all the other posts that are happening versus the book that sits on your desk, sits on the dashboard of your car, sits in the passenger seat because you're going to read it while you're waiting in line, or any of those kind of things. The post is the worst version of getting thrown away. When we get a business card, the business card sits on our desk, and let's face it, most of the time, really deep connections we made with people, we might put them in our drawer and it gets hidden and buried in the drawer. And a lot of them, they end up making it in the circular file. They sit there for however long, a day, a week, a month, a year. Worst case scenario, when we go to move, we're like, why do I need all these business cards from this networking event that I went to 3 years ago that I never followed up on the people? Okay. But your book does follow up because it reads, it implants. You're going to begin to hear people saying things that are totally out of your book. I want you to close your eyes for a second. I'm not going to pick on you. I'm not doing anything. Okay. And I want you to envision walking down the hallway at, like, say, your child's school. and seeing a quote on the wall and going, that sounds really familiar. And then realizing that's a quote from your book. It's very possible. Visibility is the signal that's going to outrank everything else. That's what's going to really make the difference. And reviews are the tip of the spear. They're the thing that really triggers the algorithm the most. And there are other ad programs and other ways that we work with people. I want to help you out. I want to see you be visible this Christmas season. I want to add you to the page that's going to be coming out here, if not tomorrow, on Christmas Day for sure. None of these books are going to be free. They're going to be anywhere from 99 cents to, I know a couple of them are, like $9.99. I know one of them, Dawn's book, is available only in print. And we're going to put it on the list in this particular case. Okay, because we want you to be able to see the people on all the various different levels. People who have no rankings, people who are number one, people whose books are making a difference. We want you to be part of that too. So DM or comment the word amplify, and let's get you seen. Let's really work on your visibility today. You're not fighting an algorithm. You're actually feeding it. And the cool part is you're the one that's growing. I hope that you're happy, safe, warm, and loved. I hope you'll come back and join me tomorrow when we talk about the gift you've been waiting for is your own voice. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I'm looking forward to sharing that one with you. And yeah, I'll be here on Christmas Day as well. I'm so excited to be here with you. I hope you will join us. And until we're together again next time, I hope you have a great week.